Hey there, everyone. How are you doing today? So I want to catch you up on some conversations I've been having with other real estate investors in the multifamily space. And specifically, I want to catch you up on an idea that I am starting to believe wholeheartedly. I believe that multifamily apartments is going to have a huge upside surprise by mid 2021. And I wanted to share with you my logic because I love the feedback. I love understanding what I may have missed. Also, again, right, one rental at a time. I want to tell you what I'm doing, what I'm looking for. Again, I'm not just a YouTube entertainer. I look at my market every day. I'm a buy and hold investor for 20 years, and I'm making decisions about our portfolio, our market all the time. So I am very different than most of the YouTubers out there. So I just wanted to share with you my thinking about multifamily, about being a buy and hold landlord as we are in the middle of this health event, because I think the future for multifamily in most market is getting brighter and brighter. So I wanted to share that with you. First and foremost, let's get this out of the way. I think there are going to be some multifamily markets that are absolutely crushed. Any market that is vertical is toast, and we are already seeing it. We're seeing New York fall. We're seeing San Francisco fall. We're going to see LA in trouble. But that is not most of the US. That is very, very small but densely populated areas. This health crisis is making that kind of living, I don't know, not desirable, unimportant, whatever you want to call it. And we are already seeing that trend break down that is leading to Zillow and Redfin and Realtor and real estate brokers being bonkers busy selling single family homes. That's why when I go back and talk about the report on Tuesday with Benny, Fresno broker, they had 1 month supply of housing. It's all this data that I have been collecting and sharing with you every day that has led me to play the chessboard out this way. So this is what I'm thinking. First and foremost, in the suburbs, single family homes, because of no supply, are going to rise in prices or value or whatever you want to call it between now and, I don't know, 9, 12 months from now. In the middle of the health event. Health crisis. Prices are going to go up. Prices are going to go up because of lack of supply, probably double digits in many, 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 many locations. So that's step one. That's first chess piece. Second chess piece. We can count on cost of capital being low for years. Years. Okay, that's good. So long after this is by us and we're back to doing infrastructure projects and growing and we have unemployment below 7%, but cost of capital is still going to be low. And interest rates on savings are going to be nothing for a long time. So I believe prices are going to go up to such an extent in the next year that it's going to keep out more buyers. But the demand will still be there. So what happens when prices are out of reach? You rent. You just rent. And oh, by the way, you are going to rent nicer stuff. If you're renting a 3,000 square foot or $3,000, 300 square foot place in Manhattan, you're going to go to New Jersey or Connecticut or Virginia or somewhere else, and your quality of life's going to go up because you're going to have more space. You're going to have more options. So I believe step one is single family demand raises prices. That doesn't stop the influx of people because vertical cities are going to be no good for a decade. You are then going to have more renters come in because prices go up. If you have more renters come in, what happens to rents? Rents go up. But here is the big thing and why I think multifamily is going to surprise to the upside in 2021, 2022, and 2023. It takes a long time to build new supply. And what we are seeing today in this great relocation or reshuffling or whatever thing that the talking heads want to call it is we are seeing a fundamental change in where people want to live. And as of today, the supply in the suburbs, in the beach towns, in the mountain towns is not there to meet the demand. That's the magic of this. So if you own apartments or multifamily in those areas, you're going to have an unfair advantage on rents for the next 2 to 3 years. Because no builder, no investor would build a 100-unit apartment building in that suburb because there was no demand. It's changing. It's changing faster than anybody could think. So if you own inventory in these towns that may double in population, home run. Just thinking about Fresno, California, where I've been for 20 years, there's 1 million people there. What if it goes to 1.3 in 3 years? And oh, by the way, Fresno's not a town, it's a city, right? It's the 5th largest city in California. But just take what I'm talking about, right? Housing like Huntsville, Alabama, or I don't know. I don't travel that much, so I don't know, wherever. Just little town. Ask yourself what happens if population doubles. If it goes from 100,000 to 200,000, or shoot, it goes from 100,000 to 150,000. My belief when I look at the chessboard now, after talking with brokers, talking with you every day, is we are clearly seeing evidence of big cities shrinking, losing people, suburbs growing. First thing happens is single family homes rise in price. That's happening right now. Can't argue it, it's happening right now. That demand is going to continue and get worse. I have been doing this for 20 years, and real estate is cyclical. Once the trend starts, it goes on longer than you and I think is realistic. This train is moving, and it's not going to slow down for a while. So the prices arise, demand will continue, meaning population growth, and there's going to be limited supply because it takes years to build new apartments, new multifamily. So I believe in most cities, multifamily is going to see increased rents, very low cost of capital, and cap rates that stay collapsed or perhaps even go lower. Can you imagine cap rates going lower? I would never have said that 6 months ago. This health event has caused me to question everything I know. Just like you, I have never invested in a health crisis. Just like you, I have never invested in a market where the population wants to move. People are moving because they want to or because the jobs in the big cities aren't there. All these people that are 5, 6, 7 deep in apartments in San Francisco and New York, they're going home. They're going to some other place. And that place doesn't have enough housing or rental units. We could really see multifamily explode in the next 1 to 2 to 3 years because the supply that we have is in the wrong place. And you can't pick up and move apartment buildings. Again, big cities, trouble. Much lower rents, probably higher cap rates, but that is a very small segment geographically. Everywhere else, rents are going to go up, supply and demand. Cap rates will go down, values go up. Cost of capital is going to be ridiculously cheap, so go get that fixed rate debt. So for the first time, well, not for the first time, I've been really excited about single family homes, and I've shared it on this channel. I am probably now equally excited about all the apartments I own today. Just playing it out with the chessboard, talking with you every day, talking with brokers, seeing what's going on, just seeing the people move locations. I'm going to actually be talking to a Fresno broker today at 10, I think. She's going to talk to me about all her listings and the listings she had on Saturday that had 45 showings and 12 offers. And Fresno's growing. Redfin CEO talked about Phoenix, Sacramento, Fresno yesterday. Supply and demand. I think it's bonkers for me to think about. But again, remember that multifamily is next year. Single family homes is now. Multifamily, in my opinion, will need the extra goose gasoline propulsion from a vaccine or a treatment. That's when this thing goes nuts, is when you can start, when the economy really gets going again, you start doing infrastructure projects, all of that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. So I just wanted you to hear what I'm thinking. Please let me know if you think I'm wrong. I love to hear from you. Again, we're going to be talking about investing real estate tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So if you have questions, leave them below. And again, I think multifamily apartments will surprise to the upside in 2021, 2022, 2023. I don't think that's the same for office or retail. I think those are kind of different stories. So that's what I got. Have a wonderful day. Take care.